Hey, this is Mz Pantheress in the house, y'all. And of course, we loving what we do today on the show. I love what I do. And I have a special guest in the house, Miss KiKi Michelle. And I'm excited to have you on the show today, Miss KiKi. And Miss KiKi is a songwriter, recording artist, model, actress, disc jockey, and all that good stuff. So we're gonna talk to her and see what's her favorite things in life and how she's doing out there and what she has coming up and the whole work. So how you doing, Miss KiKi Michelle?
I'm doing great, Pantheress. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm talking to you and having fun today.
Likewise.
So, I see here where you got a lot of things going on for yourself. You just they call us the Jamaicans when we do just about everything, huh?
Right. Wearing more than one hat on any given day. Yes, ma'am.
I'm telling you, and you have to. You know, you have your dreams and you want to just do it all. And I feel like God gives us that talent to, be able to do whatever we want to do, and I know I use my talents all the time. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can do this or how it's going to work. But, yeah, enough with me, but we want to know what's going on with you. What you got going on, Miss KiKi Michelle?
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you and be a part of the awesome productions that you have going on, Pantheress. I could tell you're very passionate about what you do, as am I. And I have to be just completely honest. I'm really humbled, by God to even be able to talk to you and to share my gifts because, He's favored me for this time. And right now we're working on the Be the Change project. We just completed a video for it. Be the Change is pretty much a national tribute song, and it's sweeping the nation because it's a call for social change and justice.
Right.
And it's like the songs that I get is they're pretty much they come God gives them to me before it's a needful time. And so just before the Michael Brown incident took place, I got the song "Be the Change," and then the song, and so we rushed to the studio. My manager, Mr. Carlisle, has been just phenomenal in directing my career and placing me strategically in places to share ministry through song. And so he was like, "We have to push and be the change." I'm like, "Yeah." And so, and so that's what we've been doing. And it's pretty much a call for people to stop complaining about things that affect us all and do something about it. Because it's easy to say, "Oh, they need to stop. Oh, I wish we would," or "I wish they could." But change starts within. By the time you wait for somebody else, you got 20, 30 more years of the same complaint. You know?
Exactly.
And so this particular song is dear to me because it speaks to, the racial tension. It speaks to free speech. It speaks to homelessness. Just an array of issues that people across the globe experience.
Right.
And it's like, you know what? This is an anthem. And so I'm grateful for it. We have a show coming up on February the 7th where it's a fashion show and music concert benefit for domestic violence.
Oh.
Yes. Domestic violence.
That's really good that you mentioned that because me and one of my coworkers, Cherry Rich Radio, we do a domestic violence thing every year in October.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Girl, and see, let me tell you, and I've been talking with especially people who are in the community who everyone looks up to.
Right.
They're the ones who are reaching out saying, "I'm going to be there," because domestic violence, actually it's a program for everyone, but domestic violence is one of those big things in the room, like an elephant in the room, that we know is there, and people are afraid or embarrassed to talk about it.
You're right. You're right.
You know, because it's not just hands-on or pushing and shoving. It's the verbal assault. It's the mental assault. It's the financial assault. You know, within a relationship, withholding any part of yourself emotionally from your mate is a violence to that person.
You're right.
And so, domestic violence affects everybody. People in the pulpit, people on the street corner, you know, and it's just like, how do we deal with this? I'm not the only one dealing with it. What are my options? You know, because some people are in relationships or situations. It could even be, you know, a work relationship. Violence is everywhere, you know, where rights are attacked. And so people need to know there are options. There's things that they can do. And it starts with empowering yourself as to, you know, what you should do, what works for you, you know, and getting the help, you know. Right.
And you're right. It's a lot of people don't think it's serious when it doesn't involve them, you know, and a lot of people, especially like the younger generations that's in relationships, they don't know, or they think it's just them, or, you know, no, that's not what's happening. And, you know, it's just so much to get involved. My coworker Cherry, she's been a domestic violence situation herself, you know, years ago, where she was stabbed so many times and the whole works, you know. And then I had, you know, 2 cousins that passed away with domestic violence. So every year we try to contribute and do a contest where we have, you know, people that to send in their stories, and we pick 3 winners and send them a gift, you know. And we kind of hate to do it like that, to pick, so, you know, 3 winners, because it's not like a happy occasion, but we just try to do something to let you feel appreciated, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. But I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you said that, I was like, okay, we do that too. But we're gonna get back to, okay, you was talking about your song, because that's really good that you're doing that, because you call it the national anthem, and we need that type of song all the time, because people listen to music, and a lot of people listen to just the music part, you know, when sometimes it's more important to listen to the words to try to get the message across, because, you know, you send a big message, and the world is so corrupt. There's so much stuff going on, you know, and that's really good. Right. And then I know you have that your other song that I heard on there, something about the fire. You have a consuming the fire.
Oh yeah, girl. Okay, so thank you for actually looking into.
Yeah, I listened to that. I was watching a video on your website earlier, consuming the fire, and I was listening. I was like, okay, you're a spiritual person. You know, I like the things that you talk about.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, consuming fire was a song that I remember as if it was yesterday. I had made an appointment to go to the studio, and on the way out the door, cause like I'm a creative and I get songs all the time, and so I was on the way out the door and I could hear this song just ringing in my heart. So I stopped. I started jotting down and making sure I had the melody, and got to the studio and presented it to the producer, and we recorded it the same day. Consuming fire, I mean, it's that, you know, we all know, no matter what our faith is, wherever we are, we know that God is a consuming fire. And to me, the song means that, you know, wherever I am, no matter what I'm doing, it's the consuming fire that I need, you know, and He's always with us, you know. And it's a pleasure, you know, that I could share songs and get messages to people in all genres, you know, because you know, I've been singing since I was 5. I remember I joined the Sunshine Band choir at 4 years old.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, at the church choir, and I remember really being active at 5, and you know, so singing was always a part of me. But I'm really grateful to be able to transcend just, you know, just gospel. It's, you know, it's R&B, it's soul, it's pop, it's whatever genre, because music is universal, you know.
All right.
And so back to Consuming Fire, I believe that, you know, no matter what path we are on, our paths have to a certain extent been predestined and pre-orchestrated.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as we, you know, walk in that way and do what it is we're here to do, because, you know, you're here to do something different than what I'm here to do. You know?
Right.
We got to find out what that thing is. What is it I'm here to do? And then pursue it passionately.
You're right.
So, to me, that consuming fire is like, okay, I need something to help me to do what it is you've given me to do. You know, help me. You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. So you said you was on tour. You're on tour with Carlisle. Y'all on a 30-day tour. Do you have a schedule listed or posted anywhere to where they can find your tour dates?
We are in the process of updating the website, but there's a couple of things going on. We're on the Black Designers on Tour, and that's the 30 City Fashion Show tour that my manager, Mr. Carlisle, does. We may be coming to Prairie, Texas, June 12th and 13th with the festival. And we're just given information that we'll be on the 12-city promotional tour. It's a high-profile festival tour, and I'm just so excited.
I bet. I'm trying to get to one of them, so just let me know ahead of time. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. I was trying to get to the tour last year, and I was going to Houston when he had the tour in Houston, and I think they postponed that tour. And they ended up somewhere else, and I couldn't, make arrangements to change it. But I'm planning on making one this year. So Carlisle is a great designer. I love all his stuff. He's so creative.
Yes. He's really. I just feel blessed to met him and for him to have taken me under his wing to help me to propel my vision for music with his fashion, because he didn't have to do that. But it's a combination of a lot of things. He's doing the Designers on Tour, which pretty much takes them from city to city, and then we're also doing the music festivals, and so we'll definitely try to do better in communicating the information on the website. It's just there's so much happening.
Oh, don't I know? Don't I know? I'll keep up with y'all. I'll catch you. If I have to text you every now and then and say, okay, where y'all gonna be next month? Because I have to make flight reservations.
I hear you. That's right. We know that because we just finished the Trumpet Awards, so we were blessed to be there. On the second row. I was like, what? Thank you. But I know in March the 27th and the 28th, we'll be at the Stella Awards for the event in Las Vegas. So
okay, March 27th and 28th, the Stella Awards. In Vegas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm writing that, okay?
Okay.
I'm writing that. So, I'm going to try to make it, since y'all have a date on that, I'm going to try to make that, because I love Vegas and I love traveling, because that's what I do. That's why it's always rolling with the Panthers if you love what you do.
That's right. And then there's another day that I'm absolutely sure of. Durham, North Carolina Fashion Week. That's going to be huge out in Durham. Mr. Carlisle is the founder of Durham, North Carolina.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yes. And so that's March the 20th through the 22nd. And so, he'll have designers from across the country, and as well as models and photographers. It's a fashion week. I believe that it compares to New York Fashion Week, Miami Fashion Week, all the big fashion weeks. So that'll be a 3-day event, and there'll also be, music performances there at that event as well. So I suggest people book their hotels and get the information in early because this is something you don't want to miss. I mean,
Right.
because so people are so creative with their designs and, pouring from that part of creativity within themselves.
Right.
And then making it come alive. I'm really in awe of fashion. I am.
Yeah, I love fashion. I love fashion too. And but I'm gonna make that. But what I want to ask you also, where by you being a disc jockey, you have a favorite slogan that you use, or you beatbox back there, or what? What's going on when you behind the what do you call it? The wheel of steel or something? Oh, well, now it's so digital. I don't know what you call it now. So, do you have a favorite slogan going on?
Well, at this time, I have stepped away from being a DJ and a
Right.
host on my radio station. It used to be the Quiet Storm with I Am KiKi Michelle, and we used to have an In Style with Mr. Carlisle segment on that show as well, and it was on two different radio stations. And because the touring and the recording back and forth into the studio
Right.
became demand, that we've had to step away from that temporarily. But my vision in doing radio is to uplift everyone, with, a plethora of songs, and from inspirational to pop, R&B, so that people are not offended when they listen. And that's my thing. I wouldn't want, unedited versions of songs to be out there. If
Right.
you have a favorite song that you hear on the radio, I wouldn't want people to come to my station and then during my show hear, the vulgar parts of it. So that would be my vision, so that, we could have a little more say in what's played and give everyone an opportunity to share their gifts and talents,
Right.
And definitely trying to be conscientious of what we say and what we do, because we're accountable for it. And, we're certainly, we're looking for someone out there to pick us up, whoever's listening. I am an independent artist, and I just, but I'm being very careful, because we've gotten a couple of different contracts and calls and things from the powers that be, and it's just, at the end of the day, you got to be able to, have made a good decision that you can live with,
Right. You're right. You gotta be careful about everything when you're in the spotlight. And I know that you like being in the public, and you have fans following you, and it's a good feeling when you can spread love and receive love back and all that good stuff.
Exactly, and I like to say hello, clear one, and, the powers that be, it's just that, I don't take it, and I every day I'm really thankful and I'm humbled to our Creator, for even the life that I have, to be able to breathe and talk, and in addition to all the other blessings. And so wherever I am, I don't want that to change, I don't want it to be an offense to somebody who's looking up to me, because even yourself, Pantheress, you just never know how many children are looking up to you.
You're right. You're right about that.
Your relatives and people, who are in your corner, you don't want it to be something that they have to, duck their head down about you,
Right.
You're going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. But you just, you got people who are admiring you, who are wishing you well, who are in your corner, and you want to uplift that love, not, have it come back as something negative,
Right. You're right about that, because I always try to, put positive things out there and do positive things for people, and that's the reason why I named my show I Love What I Do TV. I love what I do.com. I love what I do, the whole works, because I love what I do and I love what others do. So I don't mind sharing what others do, they talent or whatever. That's why I like to travel and film corporate events and interviews and all that, because I don't mind sharing. I am not selfish, because it's enough room for everybody. You know, if somebody does what you do, you still doing you. You know, you can't be nobody else. So it's no use of trying to hold somebody back on a ladder because, you know, there's plenty of room for everybody.
That's right. That's right. And when we as a people get that, I say then that's when change happens.
Exactly. You're right about that. But I'm not gonna hold you all day. I know we can chat all day. You know how women are, and we had a good vibe going. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you calling. I appreciate the chat with you. Your updates, you know, for us to share. I love what I do to share. You know, and I'm gonna catch y'all's tour either in Vegas or the 22 through the 22nd. I'm going to do that because last year, in March, I went to Vegas for a couple of days. So you know, it's not gonna hurt me to hit Vegas again. But I am gonna catch y'all on one of those days, definitely. But